Hey everybody. I know I said I was gonna do this months ago, but I uploaded a couple and they never uploaded. So hopefully this one I'll upload and you'll actually get to see it. Anyway, um, it's me, your best friend Keita. Um, I am 8 days pre-op for VSG gastric sleeve. I am slap in the middle. Well, not slap in the middle, but I'm midways through my 14-day liquid diet. One thing they don't tell you, so they make you go through these classes. You have to meet with a therapist. They have to make sure you're mentally ready for something this big. You have to see a dietitian. But when you meet with the behavioral therapist, they don't warn you. Nobody warns you that on your 14-day liquid diet, if you are an emotional eater, you are going to feel and have to go through every emotion for 14 days. Actually, for a month, because you have to do a liquid diet 2 weeks before the surgery and 2 weeks after the surgery. But right now, during my 14-day pre-op, it's like an emotional roller coaster. I never knew how emotional I really was until right now. And it's a lot. So for everybody who always called me emotional, a little dramatic, I agree. I agree 100%. I can't even argue with you anymore. Because I've had to deal with myself. It's crazy. I have been at my heaviest. I was a size 30, 32, and weighed about 475 pounds. Now I'm back to, as far as clothes go, I'm wearing the same size clothes I was wearing when I was in high school. However, I do not weigh as much as I did in high school, which goes to prove that the clothing industry is crap and they've got us all brainwashed. Anyway, that's another video for another day. Anyway, at my last weigh-in, which was last week, I was at 430. 430 or 433. But I was still eating solid foods at that point. I have not weighed myself since I've only been eating liquids or consuming liquids, because you can't chew a liquid. Another thing they don't warn you about is you have to get very creative on a liquid diet, because unless you live alone and you don't have to see other people consume food, you are going to have to watch other people chew. You're going to have to smell food. Luckily, I'm here with just my husband, because I know I would lose my full mind if I was at my mama's house. I love my mama, and I really want to go to her house, but I want everybody to be done ate when I go over there, because her house always smells like good old southern. I mean, it's a southern house, so it's almost like the pinto bean smell is just in the walls. Not for real, but I mean, I can always, my sense of smell is heightened to like another level. Like, my husband can be in here cooking and I just smell it and I know instantly what it is. Or I'll hear him rattling, like, what you eating? Like, I just want to know what other people are eating at this point. I know it sounds crazy, but I know I had to do a liquid diet back in June for another procedure, but that was only for a day. This is 14 days before I have my surgery. And after I have my surgery, I know it's going to be a little bit easier, because my stomach is gonna be smaller, and I'm not gonna want to eat like that. Like the liquid is really gonna sustain me. It's gonna fill me up a lot faster than it is now. It's like now I feel like I need to drink 2 gallons of chicken broth and 1.5 gallons of water to feel like I've had something to eat. But things are going well. If you are a person who don't use seasonings, you're gonna struggle with the 14 days of a liquid diet. Just because chicken broth tastes like chicken broth. It's just there. And beef broth just tastes like beef broth. It's almost like you just boiled hamburger meat and you didn't season it. Like, just imagine eating just a hamburger patty. No salt, no pepper, no cumin, nothing. No Creole seasoning, nothing. Just nothing. That's just what broth tastes like. I mean, so I had to get creative and pull out my seasonings, my onion powder. Yesterday, I wanted gumbo. I don't know why, but I could just taste it. Like, I could feel the rice and the sausage in my mouth. That's how hungry I had gotten yesterday. But I pulled the seasonings out of the cabinet and added it just to beef broth. And I was fine. Early, like the first 3 or 4 days, they do tell you the first 3 or 4 days of the liquid diet are the hardest. I wasn't sleeping because I really was just stuck on the fact that I wasn't eating food. Last night, after I had my gumbo, I slept. I slept pretty well. But it's different. And I know I'm mentally and physically preparing my temple for something new that we haven't experienced before. I'm excited about this journey. I went 7 years. I know 7 is like the number of completion. I don't know why I said like, but I know for a fact that it is. 7 years I've gone back and forth about having this surgery. Probably even longer than that. Like, I can remember I went to a class once before. But they only talked about doing a full-on gastric, and that's not something I really wanted to do because of all the side effects. And I knew people who had had it, and they just didn't look like themselves, and I wanted to still look like me. So yeah, I've been going through this. I've just been fumbling with the idea for years now. And I get some kind of weird satisfaction out of knowing that I've stayed under 500 pounds. No matter how close I've gotten to 500, I've never reached 500 pounds. I was never immobile. Like, I've always worked. I've always been able to walk. So yeah, it's just getting myself and wrapping my mind around the fact that in 8 days, my entire life changes for the better. I looked at myself in the mirror a couple of days ago and I could see the weight loss, and I got scared. Body dysmorphia is real. I legit got scared. And then I don't know. I'm one of those weird people. When I would try to lose weight before, I could notice it, but if other people noticed it, I would get deathly terrified and would just stop. And I would put the weight back on because it was like, if they notice it, maybe I'm changing, and maybe I won't be accepted if I change. Because if you know me, I've been soft, fluffy, squishy forever. I know a lot of people say, like, you give the best hugs. What if I don't give good hugs no more? Because I'm not soft and squishy. But I mean, I'm kind of over that because I never really was a hugger. So if I become a terrible hugger, I don't think I'll have a real problem with that. But I know some people are still gonna hug me, and I'm okay with it now. But I wasn't always a hugger. I mean, it is what it is. To each his own. But yes, I have 8 days before I admit to the hospital. Liquid diet is going good, and I'm excited. I'm excited. This is, I don't know, it's like a getting to know you journey that I wasn't expecting to go on at this point in life. But here we are. And to my amazing village, y'all know who y'all are. Not even gonna call you because it's a bunch of y'all. I appreciate your support before, during, and I'm gonna appreciate it afterwards. People have rearranged schedules to make sure to come by and check on me, check on my husband, feed my husband, because I'm not cooking. I don't know. I'm one of those people, I can't cook and not taste my food because I want it to taste good. So I need to make sure the flavors are right and balanced. And if I can't do that, I'm just not going to feed him. I mean, I make sure there's food in the house. He can feed himself. He's a grown up. He's a man. He can feed himself. I promise y'all, he's eating. For his family who watches that, I promise he ate. I just didn't cook it. But everything is going great. Everything is going according to plan. I'm just excited to see the me that's inside of all of this. I always felt like there was another person living inside of me. And she was just like a fly diva. So everybody watch out, because she's coming. She is not far away. And from my understanding, the weight is just going to go. And when it does, who's going shopping with me? Because I lost weight before. When I went down from a 32 to a 26, I was still buying clothes in the 32, and I couldn't figure out why my clothes didn't fit anymore. I was crying because my clothes didn't fit. My clothes didn't fit because I was buying the wrong size. And then when I put on the right size, I cried again because I've been out of school a very long time. And I haven't been this size, in these size clothes, in a very long time. So the first time I was able to put my high school size clothes back on, I was, in a state of shock as anyone would be, who has gained a substantial amount of weight in what seemed to be a short amount of time. But I figured out what my problems are. I've addressed my problem areas for the most part. Still got some stuff to deal with. Pen and paper are my best friend, and then fire. I tend to burn everything that I write. We used to have a thing called burn the dumb stuff, and those things are dumb to me now. So after I write them down, they're dumb and I'm done. And so I set it on fire in the safest way possible. So that's that. Have any questions, comments? If you've had this surgery and you have some feedback for me, positive feedback only, some tips, tricks, a good protein shake, because all of those are nasty. Premier Protein has been my best friend. The Premier Protein with oats tastes like apple cinnamon oatmeal, And that's what I tell myself in the mornings when I have it for breakfast. Tonight I'm gonna try the cinnamon roll, and hopefully it tastes like cinnamon roll so I can tell myself I had dessert. Thank y'all. Have a amazing Monday, because today is Monday, August the 15th, 16th. I don't know. It's August and it's a Monday. August the 16th. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a fantastic week. Be blessed. Stay safe. Put your mask on. Vaccinated, unvaccinated. That's neither here nor there. Put a mask on and wash your hands, okay? All right. Have a great day. Bye.